Hello. Happy Mindset Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? If you were here right at the beginning, yeah, I found a way to I'm sure it's always been like this, but I never knew exactly how to schedule the stream and the scream. It is my live scream, isn't it? I'm going to try not to scream so much this week. Last week's was definitely a live scream. I figured out how to schedule the live stream and do it. So, yay, we're here. So, what's up? Hello. Who do we got? We got Jennifer. Okay, this chat. Some of my chats are quicker than the other ones. Okay, let's see. This one's the fastest. Yeah, this is the fastest. Okay. Jennifer, am I clairvoyant? I might be. I definitely am clairaudient. I definitely hear I hear stuff. But I also am a good coach and everybody's dealing with this right now. And so that's just why I knew to title this week's episode that, because everybody always goes through the same stuff at the same time. Maybe I just keep affirming it, but it just happens all the time. So I just know what everyone's going through for the most part, like at large, because when I see my clients, they're all going through the same thing at the same time. So, and then I see the comments and it's just, yeah, anyways. 20. Whoa, I just saw the 22nd. That's so weird. Okay, so I'm going to say everybody hello in just a second. I just saw a little synchronicity and I just want to share it. I've been super aligned and I keep affirming that I'm super aligned, and I wasn't planning on doing the stream like we did today, scheduling it. I've never done it like that before. And when I scheduled it, I'm looking at the time over here. Oh shit. Whoa. Sorry. I'm looking at the schedule time and it's like June 20th, 2022, 2 p.m. And then there was something over here said 20 seconds when I looked at it, and it was just all these 20s. So I keep seeing 20s today. So I just wanted to throw it out there. So anyways, hello, what's up? Okay. Jennifer, hello. Shantae, hello. Shantae, you say. Sarah, Emily, hi. Keisha, hello. Kel, Tommy, hello. Nicole, Diosa, Hazal, excuse me. Bree, hello. Radia, hello. Dina, hey. Neve, hi. Mama 4, hello. Megan. Bree, why are my affirmations? I'll talk about the affirmations on Spotify thing in just a minute. Lori, hello. Victoria, Abril, hello. Life is lucid. Sade, hello. Josie, Ariana, Jelly, Martha, Valerie, Victoria, Aisha, Dana, one sassy curly lady. Uh-oh, now there's going to be 2 sassy curly ladies here today. Imogen, hello. Shiloh, Monique, Mercury, Black Goddess, hello. How's everyone doing? Andromeda, hi. Okay, so Bert, hello. Yes. At the beginning of the show, welcome. Well, okay, so I've been talking about, I've just said how I've been really aligned, and I'm really trying to align myself with my thoughts and the way I'm doing my business and marketing. And while I was meditating today, it showed me a different way of doing things. It was I usually do the things I did today in opposite steps. And so it showed me this different way of setting things up. And so that's what I did today. And so I was able to I wanted to send out an email to my list and let people know that I'm going live and things like that. So I was able to really set things up in a new way and share with other people and stuff. So yay for alignment. Alignment works, man. Meditation's where it's at. Okay, so somebody was asking about my where my affirmations on Spotify are. Here's the deal. Spotify is no longer allowing spoken word content on the US platform. Now, when I put my music up there, I didn't know how to categorize it because you have to categorize it as like multiple things. So I put like new age. I don't even remember the other ones. I just know that new age is like the main genre. And then I put spoken word because I didn't know at the time what spoken word was. Spoken word is like comedy, podcast, poetry, like literally talking um without music, right? So I didn't realize that that's what that was. And I categorized all my music that way because I was like, I'm gonna put it as the same shit. So now I'm trying to get TuneCore, who I release my music through, to recategorize all my music. I have not heard. I emailed them on Friday, but I know that they're not there over the weekend, so I haven't checked my email yet. I haven't checked my email yet today, so there might be an email from them. But at this point, I don't know. We're in limbo. So, um, worst case scenario, you can't stream it in the United States anymore. Um, you might be able to do it with a VPN. I don't know. And you can download them from my site if you want to purchase them for download. I'm actually going to be removing them soon, which the two things don't have anything to do with each other, but just happen to kind of coincide. So I will be taking my music down for sale off my website we'll see what happens. And but I think they're still on iTunes. Or Apple. I'm so young. I'm so hip. On Apple. And you can stream them like literally anywhere else the music streams. It's just Spotify. They just updated their terms. So TuneCore, the last I heard, they were like, we don't want to like get you in trouble like later. I'm like, I don't care. Like it's already off there now. Like, what do I care if it happens later? Like just put it back on there, recategorize it. I was just like, listen, it's not these things. Here's other people that are on there that doing the same shit. Let me stay. So anyways, that's what's up. Oh, Josie says you can hear them in Canada. Yes, it's just the United States. I don't know what their deal is, but whatever. I guess actually my husband was like, do you think it has to do with the Joe Rogan thing? Maybe like something to do with like, they put like $1 billion into podcasting just with Joe Rogan. So I know they're putting a lot of money into their podcast arm, which my podcast is still up. But I think it's I'm sure it probably has something to do with it. Like that's the logical thing we can think of, that they want to get anything that could be in competition with the podcast platform off of the music platform. But mine's not that. So like, let me back on there. If anybody knows anyone at TuneCore, let me know. Dina, yes, thank you. Please be sure to hit that like button. Okay, so what's going on with you? What's the good news? Let's start off with some good news. He says, can go to work now and still listen to you now. Manifested a phone plan. Nice. Congrats. Randy Dunkel. Yes, you can ask a question. I'm not sure what you mean by inappropriate, but the mods, if the mods deem it inappropriate, it'll get deleted. So I could tell you that. Fly Girl says, I had an amazing Juneteenth. It's finally national holiday. Yes, that's amazing. Hell yes. And happy Juneteenth to everybody. I'm so out of touch. My dad had to tell me it was Father's Day, and then he had to tell me that it was Juneteenth. I was like, I don't even know. Like, I'm sorry. He's like, you need to pay attention to the world around you. I'm like, I don't. Do I? I have you to tell me. He's like, yeah, it's a national holiday. I'm like, shit, I don't pay attention to that. I mean, I knew that it was a national holiday, but I don't know what day it is. Okay. Let's see. What else? Purple Rain, thank you so much for the super chat. I so appreciate this little sticker, and it's so sad. How can I manifest my family like in my SP? They currently want me to choose between him or them. Okay. First of all, I have a video on YouTube called something like unsupportive friends and family. And I talk about Elena, hello. I talk about how, your family and friends and the people around you are acting out the story of them that you give them. So if I was you, I would say that they are approving of them. They like you together. They're supportive. They're always supportive of you. They say kind things about them. What's important is that, like, you change the story, obviously, and like using things that I just said to affirm something different. But what really matters is when they don't do it, when they show you the opposite of that, you have to, in your mind, keep affirming that they do support you and they do like them and that they do like seeing you guys together and they do make nice comments and they say supportive things and they're so happy for you and they're welcoming them into the family and that kind of stuff. Because it's partially about what it's like two things at once. You have to have your story and then you have to like respond appropriately in the moment when you see it going down the opposite way. That goes for any manifestation, but especially like family. Family can be really triggering. So you have to really be like, I would say, try to meditate and be like in your mental space as much as possible, like being in a good headspace emotionally and stuff so that you can handle being around triggering people and not succumb to like what they say and continue to be able to tell your story in the face of like what they do. Ooh, okay, so I didn't get to read any sorry, I saw that super chat and then I like immediately want to like ask it or answer it. Okay, so Dina says Spotify supports Roxy in all ways. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to read some positives. Radia says, I'm watching this on the TV and my baby sister is in awe of you. I'm sure she doesn't even understand a word you're saying, but she can't take her eyes off you. Hi, baby. That's so cute. Okay, Javon says, I manifested some great things this week. That's awesome. Okay, Abaja says, I'm watching from Maui. I manifested a trip to Hawaii for my birthday and I met MC Hammer at the airport. That sounds like a Tiffany kind of story. Oh my gosh. Some of you guys are saying you can see my stuff on Spotify. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, y'all. I don't know. That's what they told me. That's just as much as I know about it. Mama for Wilson says, good news, had a huge family party this weekend and everything went so smoothly. Not one fight. It was so good. Yes, that's amazing. Oh. To those who are in the chat affirming what's not working, that's why it's not working. You're literally coming to a space where you can, of course, speak your truth, but if you're tired of your truth manifesting, you're in a place that you will be supported in speaking your chosen reality. So I'm just looking through the chat and I'm just seeing a lot of people that are like, wah, this is the bad stuff going wrong in my world. And I'm like, it'll continue if that's how you approach anything. If you're still talking about it, period, what you're saying is going to continue. Okay, Bezos says, how do we keep our manifestations? Like, hello, you put it in the title. Let's talk about this. Okay, so hold on. I need some hydration. Okay, so keeping your manifestations. Actually, let's all take a breath for a moment. Just focus our energy for a second, clear our thoughts. So, keeping your manifestations is like there's a few things going on. First of all, I can tell you, here's an easy example. If you don't do the work, like the self work, we talk about how like self love and like you have to do the self concept stuff. That's what I always talk about. You do that stuff to keep your manifestations. You don't necessarily have to do that stuff to get your manifestations, which is exactly why we're talking about this. But if you don't do the work that like originally kept you away from your manifestation to begin with, that hasn't gone away, even though the thing has arrived in your 3D reality. And so this is why if you just fake your way through doing some self-concept work and you're just doing it to get your SP, they will disappear again because you haven't actually changed. And the reason they aren't here now has not been fixed. And so even if you do manifest it back into your reality with the tools of manifesting, if you don't change what originally kept them apart from you, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's still fucking there and it's ready to peek its little head out when it's time. So you really have to work on who you are, who you are becoming in the process of manifesting what you want. You want to obviously make sure you're working every single day. There's no days off. There's no days when it's okay to be your old self if you want to make real change and lasting change. Like, I mean, not that it's not okay, but you're conscious of what you're doing. You're working towards something different and you're not letting yourself fall into your old patterns because your old patterns don't serve you. So, or at the very least, your old patterns got you here and here's not where you want to be anymore. So there's no point in continuing them. So when your manifestation comes in, oh yeah, what was I saying? I was saying that while it's on its way, you need to be becoming the version of you that is able to keep it, right? Like your job in the interim while it's not here is to become the version of you that sustains it. That's your job in the meantime. You're over here worried about what the universe is doing and you're not doing shit for yourself. I mean, not that you're not, right? I'm speaking in extremes a little bit sometimes, but you're not doing the work of that needs you're not doing the one more time. You're not doing the work required to sustain the manifestation once it does arrive, okay? So your job in the interim while your manifestation is cooking is to be doing the work of somebody who can have a relationship and not fear, doubt, worry, entertain their insecurities about their person leaving, whatever your reason that you don't have them right now. You need to learn how to not do that shit in your mind all day, because whether or not you have the person in your physicality, that's has nothing to do with your own internal BS, right? So your job is to find a true solution to that type of mental occupation, literally. What are you doing with those thoughts all day long? If you don't switch it up and do something different that supports you keeping what you want, you're not gonna. Does that make sense? Diego says, on my way to keep aligning myself to my future me. Yes, exactly. Mercury Alchemist says, my self-concept is improving. I feel more confident in being myself, and I've been knowing my worth and value a lot more, and not taking shit from anyone anymore. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Yes. How do I say your name? Fire Jen? Did I say that right? Thank you. I appreciate you, and hello. Shiloh says, how do we stay positive when we get a little bit of what we are manifesting? Like, okay, this question, I get what you're saying, but it sounds like you're like, how do I stay positive when I get a small piece of cake? What are you talking about? You have cake. What do you mean? Like with love. What do you mean? How do you stay positive when you just got some of your manifestation? Like gratitude, appreciation, going back into the work that got you that, not slipping up. And also knowing, like, if you have a tendency to feel worried, stressed, doubtful, insecure about your manifestations when they come through, then know that about yourself. Or if you know that happens when good times come, that you start to think when the bad times are going, when do the bad times come? And then that's what sets you down the path, right? So if you know you do that, then support yourself through those times and do extra self-care on those days. Call a friend, watch your favorite movie, dance around your living room, watch some cat videos, like do the extra stuff to lift you up when you're having those days and times when you know that you might have a dip, even though something good came along. You're, programmed to have a dip after that, which is like a lot of us do that. Not me. I'd never, not in my reality. I would never. But if that was you in your life, then a smart move would be, to use your awareness and discipline to know that that's coming, or know that that might be possible for you, to slip down that road, and then to apply extra attention to making sure that you don't, and then make that a habit. Because that the desire to, not desire, but the propensity or whatever to go down that road is not going to go away. But if you know how to redirect yourself. Wait, what am I saying? Hold on. Sorry, I got distracted because I have a super chat waiting, and I'm like, have it highlighted, and then I'd miss my wires just got crossed. Yeah, I don't remember the last thing I just said, and I don't know if it has to do with what you said or if I was answering the next thing. Like if I don't know, I just time traveled. So I don't know the last thing I just said. Strike it from the record. How do we stay positive when we... Yeah, so yeah, I think I answered that question. Okay. Star, thank you so much for the super chat, says, hi, Roxy. I'm getting fantastic opportunities, but I feel inexperienced. I think it caused the opportunities to not go through 100%. Any advice? Thank you, Star, for asking a perfect question to illuminate exactly what we're talking about here. You just said exactly what I'm talking about. The manifestation came through. I deployed my insecurities. The manifestation fell apart. So you did the work to create the opportunities, but you didn't do the work of the person who sustains the opportunities, which in your case is training, experience, whatever. I'm not saying, I'm just going off what you said, right? So if I can tell you this right now as a person who once was inexperienced and now has experience, it just takes doing. So if you just start doing more of what it is that you're talking about, learning, practicing, developing, whatever it is that you're talking about, if you just start doing more of that, you'll have more confidence in yourself, and eventually you'll realize that what you offer is unique and nobody else on the planet can offer it in the way that you offer it. So it makes it more like you have more of a leg to stand on when you are peddling your wares, right? So 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 your awareness is right on point. It is what caused the opportunities to not go through 100%, but that does not mean that things aren't gonna work out for you. Doesn't mean that these things still won't pick up or even improve and get better. And so if you're always operating with this, you know what? That was a stumble and that's okay because I see where I'm going now. Now I'm going to do the work to feel experienced, and then I'm going to work on the insecure thoughts that I'm entertaining that I'm letting take up space in my mind and in my day that ultimately manifests my reality and then influence me to continue thinking that way. So don't let yourself think that way anymore. Awareness and discipline, 360 method, roxytalks.com for more. And get back in there. That's still, your opportunities are still there for you. I just saw an Ace of Pentacles in my head. Go for it. Go for it. I just popped in to see Jellycat say, my life flows smoothly. I'm a great girlfriend. Hell yeah, you are. Okay. Valerie says, can we manifest multiple things at once? I mean, the energy can be dispatched on many different goals. Valerie, you're literally keeping the walls around you in place. You're keeping the blood pumping in your veins. You're literally making your whole world happen. You're manifesting every inch of your reality at all times. Can you manifest multiple things? Bitch, you're an expert. Linda, can I manifest chronic muscle tension to be permanently gone without taking any physical action? Okay. Linda, have you heard of my 4-step process of healing? I have a podcast episode on it from June of 20, I think it's June, should be June, 2021. Manifesting healing in your physical body or something like that. My 4-step process is this. 1, disassociate from the illness or disease, meaning stop defining yourself as having it. Stop calling it that. Don't give it a name. If you have to talk about it with your doctor, fine, but in your mind, erase, erase, erase. Anytime you hear those words come up, switch them to something else that supports you. That's number 1. Number 2, visualize it away. So I would to me, I would find out exactly what muscle you're talking about or wherever the muscles are. Visualize what it looks like now, what the tension looks like, and then see what I would Google, see what smooth muscles or not tense muscles look like, and then visualize your muscles smoothing out, smoothing out, smoothing out, smoothing out, smoothing out, smoothing out over and over and over. And then so there's the disassociating from it, visualizing. Then there's the affirmation. So you're only speaking about literally, like I said, I would never say chronic muscle tension. I would never say those words again if I was you. Never again. You mean how, I don't know the actual, what the opposite would be, because I don't know enough about what you got or about what you're asking about. Never heard of it. So I would just, whatever the opposite, I have really fucking loose muscles or whatever. Whatever best case scenario is off of this. You're using your words to only talk about it the way you want it to be. And even if you're talking about the CMT, which I don't even want to call it what it is, you call it the fucking smooth ass loose muscles. Even if you're the way I tell my husband I have a headache is by saying my head feels great. I won't even say it because I've already manifested the headache. Even mentioning that word, why? So I could have it for another minute potentially. Why? I don't even need to say it out loud. Who cares? It's already here. I don't need to be validated in it. I already have it. So don't even fucking call its bitch ass name. Do not summon this motherfucker. And then the 4th step, and I've used this healing to do a lot of healing. You guys have seen me do. I talked about it live when I healed this thing. It's beautiful phase. Is to do whatever the physical healing whatever physical healing that when I thing up in my face, I had to take steroids. They actually told me to meditate. Those were the only things I really could do was just take that. But and then there was facial massages that I did, stuff like that, right? So I did the physical thing, I took the medicine, I did all of it. You do all of it, right? So can you do without healing, without physical action? I don't know. That's on you. That's your body. I can't decide that for you. It's your beliefs and shit. So but if you do the first 3, I bet the last part would be a lot easier. And you can even say that the last part's easier, you enjoy the last part. I don't know what the deal is why you don't wanna do it, but, you know, it's all what you say it is. So if you think you have CMT and that you can't do blah, blah, blah without blah, 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 then yep, you're right. Malachi, hello. Oh, super chat. Okay, thanks, Leanne. Oh, there is Barbara. Okay. Thank you so much, Barbara, for the super chat. Says, hung out with SP last night, but we didn't have seance or kiss like normal. I haven't seen him in 8 months. I want to get back to normal. What should I do? Okay, Barbara, with love. With love, because I've seen other things that you've posted recently, right? Okay, we're on the same page. Take it fucking slow. God damn. Jesus Christ. With love. This person just came in after 8 months and you're like, why are we married with children yet? It's like, hold on. Savor the moment. Let the manifestation unfold. It's been 8 months. You've been back one night. Enjoy it. What are you talking about? This is why you don't keep your manifestations, Barbara, with love. Sorry. This is your God. This is your ancestors, okay? They're screaming at you. Barbara, for the love of G. This is exactly why I titled this one I'm talking about. You did something amazing. You acknowledged it in the group, and now you're over here picking apart what's not going right about it. This is why you didn't have your person for 8 months. Okay? So, like, let it unfold, but keep the mind going in the right direction. But, like, with love, right? Like, it's all good. Don't freak out. You haven't done anything wrong except assuming something's wrong. Or, like, I wanted to get back to normal. Why would you want to get back to normal when normal caused you to have 8 months without seeing them? My opinion would be you would never want it to get back to normal. So find what the new thing is going to be. What's the new normal? What's the new way you guys are going to be together? Because whatever happened before, which I don't know anything about, I just saw the recent post. I don't know what the story is. I don't know why you weren't together for 8 months, but that and whatever you're doing right now are, I promise you, they're sisters, they're cousins, if not sisters. So, don't be doing that shit anymore and start being grateful. Like, you were really, you shared it and you were grateful about it. Stay there. Don't go looking for a problem. You know? So, this is why. Dina says, maybe I've been trying to manifest old normal instead of a new normal, and that's an issue. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is because, again, I'm telling you, everyone goes through the same shit together. So this is something that, like, I've never really talked about it like this before, and I think that this is kind of like, not to Esther Hicks, but it's kind of like leading edge stuff, right? Like, if you're trying to if we're talking about someone that you've been with or a reality you've manifested before and you're trying to get it back, you're not the same anymore. And again, where you were before manifested in you not having it anymore. So the best case scenario, it's nothing like it was before. I mean, obviously all the good stuff, but like, and way better. So, so yeah, maybe just like Barbara, have some patience. That's what they want me to tell you. Have some patience and some gratitude. Um, soak up what you've done. And oh, here we go. Also, this is another thing. Ooh, don't throw. This is why I know it's not me. I feel like this is ancestral because this feels familial. Don't throw what you did for those 8 months to get here out the window in one night with having them. You worked on your shit for 8 months to get here and one night, and you're back to your old shit. With love. Okay. Okay, good. Sorry, Barbara, just this is not me yelling at you. It, I don't know who it is, but they want you to hear something. Okay, so do go back to the energy that got them there. You know, like there's one oh my god, I literally like heard myself saying this in the shower already today. Like anyway, sorry. I just like visualize myself already having said this. So, if there's one thing I see in common with everybody here doing this thing like this, right? It is why did I just lose it? Why did I just fucking lose it? Put it back. Go back in there. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. Has something to do with what is everybody doing? Why did I just lose that? Fudge sickles. Okay. That will come back. Give me 1 second. It'll come back. It'll pop through. Because I read something else and I got distracted while I was saying that. It'll come back. It'll come back because I already visualized myself saying it. Okay, it'll come back. So I apologize. We'll get back to that one. Just a commercial break. David says, can you please read my 2-comment question? Okay. And thanks for the super chat, David. Okay. David said, I'm 30 years old and I'm an IT engineer. I have been unemployed for some time. One company offers me a junior entry sales job. I said yes, since I want to work. How can I proceed to move forward and avoid inferiority complex thoughts? This is not for me down the road. Okay. 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 Sorry. The first thing I heard was revenue stream. So right now, this is just a revenue stream that you have that's like, maybe it's not the most lucrative one. And you might have to kind of trade a lot of time for not as much money as you're used to. But in the meantime, it's a good revenue stream. It's a revenue stream right now. So what they want you to look at is like, instead of feeling limited by the job you've taken and like knowing that down the road it's going to cause a problem, what problem? One, this is just one of your revenue streams as you're setting yourself up for whatever's coming down the line, whether that be the company promoting you or you being picked up by another company, because now you're in a different energy. Before you were in an energy of like, I need a job and I'll kind of take anything, probably, I'm guessing, right? Because you took this. So now you're going to be in a different energy. You're not the same person you were. Like we were just talking about. Same thing. See how everyone's going through the same thing? It all relates. So you're talking about moving. You've made progress on the manifestation of getting the job. It's just not exactly what you wanted right away. So it looks different. So you have to appreciate gratitude, like I said, and then remain diligent on the path. So, I'm not saying enjoy the work, because I know that can be difficult, but in your mind, you're enjoying the hell out of it because you're getting paid really high or really well to do exactly what you want to do, the level of respect that you want, the lifestyle you want. It worked out so well for you, and that's so amazing. You did such a great manifestation and you're so proud of yourself. And thank you, universe, blah, 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 because that's the only story you can really afford. And of course, bigger and better is coming. You have so many revenue streams, so many offers coming through. You're making more and more. Like, you still have to tell the story of the like highly paid and sought after IT engineer, and not like somebody who's stuck somewhere. This is just, you're building your I would say portfolio. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, right? You're building your wealth up. So it's just a matter of perspective and continuing to do the work that got you movement in the first place, which is by gratitude, appreciation, and like thinking you can do it, and whatever else things you did. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, my best friend of 10 years stopped all contact with me a year ago. What do I do since it was my mess up that we stopped talking? So Elizabeth, we've talked about this before, right? Can you type in the chat? Are you here right now live? I need to ask questions. Deluxe Switch, yeah. She's like, I'm gonna use that affirmation. Yeah. Revenue stream for sure. I need to know if Elizabeth is here because I need to ask you questions. Otherwise, I'm just gonna give you something generic. Because if like I'm not, meaning I don't have any details, is what I mean, right? Mimi, stop affirming. Mimi, with love, girl, with love. Since you got that job, all I've seen you do is affirm what you hope they don't do. I hope they don't do this. I hope they're not going to do this. I hope they don't cut my hours. I hope that now you're talking about how can I make them give me more hours. Girl, you have been, do what you did to get yourself the job and stop looking at what's not working. Okay, Elizabeth. All right. We've talked about this before, right? We've talked about the thing with your friend. I feel like I have familiar energy with this. So because didn't we talk about you doing like writing a letter or something, or having a visualizing visualizing them. Sorry, the chat is, I have the chat on delay, so it like takes a minute. I don't want to hear the circumstances, Elizabeth. Did I ask you for the circumstances? Sorry. I'm all waiting for an answer, and you're talking about telling me more about what's wrong. With love, okay. This is not the okay. All right. Yeah, we did talk about it. Okay, so I just had that's what I thought. So, okay, you don't remember the letter or visualizing part. Okay, so I couldn't remember if I had what I had told you as far as like mama said that was someone else. Okay, thanks. Forgiving yourself or visualizing them forgiving you. Oh, that was the guy friend. Okay, I remember that story. Okay. So it was your mess up that you stopped talking. How big of a mess up are we talking? Are we talking about something that like needs some sort of like grandiose olive branch, or are we talking something that like went weird and then you internalized it for a long time and now it's just in a weird place and you're too afraid to reach out? I see you said she gave up on you. So it sounds to me like you gave up on so you're giving up on yourself at some point, right? Like you have decided that like it was my mess up. That's what I'm just wondering about, how much you internalized about it. I love how fast the chat goes. And Dipty, I see you. I'll get to you next. The chat's so fast. I love it. Yeah, because it's like, I can give you generic or answers, but okay, here we go. Like texting 24/7, not respecting boundaries. And when I try to reach out, I get threatened by her mom. She's only contacted me once about my stuff. Okay. So I don't remember what I told you last time. If you want to refresh my memory, that you can. But what I want to say is that what I feel like intuitively is that there's self-forgiveness that needs to happen. Like I think we all have to learn some of these lessons because you don't have any people to talk to, so it's hard to stop. Okay, that's fine. I want you to stop beating up on this. Yeah, there's too much beating up on yourself that's happening. And you haven't let go of those feelings and that definition of yourself, or like ruining it, and you're like mad at yourself or whatever. You're holding this grudge against yourself, so she's like holding it, right? So I feel like there's a time in our lives we all have to learn lessons sometimes. Sometimes we have to learn hard lessons. And one of those lessons is, how to respect people's boundaries and how to interact with people and how not to cross them. And for you, that was the lesson. That was you learning the lesson that even though sometimes we really want someone's attention or we really feel like they ought to give us their attention, you're never entitled to anything from anyone else. And everybody has their own lives, and period. We have to be patient with people. So just the same patience that you'd want, from them. So now that you have learned this lesson, it's time to forgive yourself. That is, it's how can you know something you don't know yet? How can you know something you haven't fully understood yet? So it's like, being mad at a baby for not knowing how to walk yet. It's just like, my legs ain't working yet. I haven't built this up yet. But now that you have learned the lesson, now your legs might be a little wobbly, but you can start practicing. And pretty soon you'll be really good at stop affirming the girl. I got videos about being blocked. Who cares? Hold on. With love, I'm just gonna I'm just retract that. I'm retracting this. Why won't it let me? Can you do that? Take that off of there. Take the faja away. Who cares what you don't have? That's why you don't have it. I'm sitting here trying to explain to you how to move forward through this, and you're talking about how it's not. That's why you don't have it. So back to what I was saying, you need to work on forgiving yourself and stop holding this grudge against yourself for something that you didn't know at the time. Okay? So, thanks, Tiffany. So, forgive yourself and start letting go of this horrible story about yourself that you ruined it and your friend's never gonna blah blah. You're still telling the same story about them. You haven't changed the story, and now you're listening. Okay, good. And you won't stop talking about what's not working, how it's impossible, what they said, what they did, and all this. And who cares? You come here all the time. When do I ever take someone's circumstance and say, oh my God, you're so right? Dang. Man, you're right. You can't manifest out of that. Never. How can I forgive myself? Okay, so again, you have to start looking at this and understanding what you did was not that bad. You didn't commit a crime. You did not you did something you didn't understand, right? How mad can you be at someone who did something that they didn't understand, right? And we're not talking about something horrible. We're talking about boundary crossing, which is not the best thing, but it's not the worst thing ever. The reason this person is blocking you and all of this stuff is that Dina's putting videos or links in the video for you, or links in the chat, is because you still consider yourself the person that messed things up because you haven't forgiven yourself, because you haven't realized that what you did was not that bad, that you haven't realized that what you did was not a heinous crime, that what you did was not the end of the world, that what you did was a learning lesson, and then learn from it. Who cares? Sorry. Didn't understand how to stop. Yeah, but you know what? Hold up. I just realized something. You still don't know how to stop. You still don't understand how to stop. So maybe that's step one. Maybe that's step one. You really got to learn to clam the fuck up when shit's not going the way you want it to go. Like, this sounds really insensitive, but I don't mean it, because it's like, this is not me talking to you about like the things that aren't fair. Like, I understand they suck, but if you want to change it, I'm telling you in the black and white, you need to quit that shit. You need to stop going over what you did wrong, what's not working, and move forward. If you keep talking about what is wrong, that it's gonna nothing's changing. You're not changing. Your 3D reality is definitely not changing. And you're just gonna sit there and continue to punish yourself for something that's not that bad. So I really need you to like maybe do like go into a meditation, do a I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Maybe chant that. Maybe, write a letter to yourself. This is what I was asking about the letter. Write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself. Write a letter to how about this? This is another one. Write a letter to your friend, explaining yourself, and then write one back from them to you, forgiving you and saying everything that you need them to say, so you can start putting yourself into the energy of somebody who's not carrying this thing around. The reason it's not changing is because you still think that's your life. You think that's who you are. You think you fucked up. You think that you're going to tell me, "Oh yeah, but I did this and then this thing happened." Like, okay, go ahead, keep talking about it. Keep beating the drum of that fucking shit you don't like. But if you don't change what you say and change the way you look at yourself, you define yourself as somebody who doesn't have anyone to talk to, guess what? You're not going to have anyone to talk to. And if you keep talking about how you crossed boundaries and you didn't know and you couldn't stop, guess what? You still don't know how to stop it. You're still doing it. You keep affirming it. You keep talking about it and thinking about it, right? So it's like you're still you're still defining yourself by it. You're still acting that way out. And I think maybe there some self-awareness, like definitely meditation every single day, getting into a new So I'm not you said, "So I'm not crazy to think it's possible for her to reach out to me again on good terms, LOL." Are you trolling me, Elizabeth? We don't think things are crazy here. Everything is, like, possible. You're asking about something so like, getting somebody to stop being mad at you because you contacted them too much is, like, it's the easiest thing ever, and you're making it, like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just gonna assume that I can't tell your tone over text. I'm gonna grab my crystal and I'm gonna You said writing a letter back from her sounds like a good idea. Wrote to her, enough to her. Yeah, write back from her. Change the story. Like, I know you're here a lot, and this is why I'm getting exasperated, because it's like, I know you're here all the time, so why are you saying all this stuff that's like sounds like someone that's never been here before? I know it's not your first day. So why are you first daying me? Like, don't fucking first day me. You know what I mean? Unless you just turn it on, you don't listen, which then okay, I understand. but I appreciate the view. So you just doubt yourself, but sometimes need assurance. Listen, you got to be that assurance. We all doubt ourselves. I doubt myself. I just train myself to answer back to the doubt. I wasn't born like that. I didn't grow up like that. I had to train myself to not listen to my doubts. Okay. So let go of all this. There's a like you just I feel like you're holding all these constraints on yourself, and you just need to just like be free and chill and just like dive on in. Just dive into it. All right. Dipty, thank you so much for the super chat says my SP left and came back as friends with benefits and left again. No contact for 3 months and we are housemates. Still, he never came back. We never dated, just went out a few times. Help. Elizabeth, any tips on how to, let me just say this real fast. Any tips on how to live as if you're in that situation? Go back to what I said. You need to work on forgiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're putting the cart before the horse. Who says that? Abraham Hicks? Yeah. Like living as if, yes, step 1, forgive yourself because that version of you has forgiven herself. There's your step. So, okay. SP left and came back, friends with benefits again. Still never came back, never dated, just went a few times. Okay, so Dipty, definitely your self-concept here is like not on point. I don't recognize your name, so I think it might be your first time here. So I don't know anything about your story. I can just imagine that, you know, lots of fears, worries, doubts, insecurities going on in your mind about this person, and you're swirling in it, and it's just manifesting over and over and over and over again. It sounds like you're probably able to break through for a little bit and have some clarity and like focus, and that's when they're able to come through, but then they just go back. When you go back to your old ways, this is what we're talking about today, this how do you keep it thing. When you go back to the old ways of doubting, fearing, worrying, insecurity, yada yada, that's when they go away again. So, and then now that you still never came back, we didn't just and then never done, you keep talking about what's not working and it's going to stay that way. So, you're going to have to find a way to move your language forward in your mind at the very least. Move your language forward in your mind at the very least and stop saying that it's not, you know, stop calling them friends with benefits, stop talking about how they left, stop calling it no contact. Stop saying they never came back. Stop saying you never dated. Stop. Just all this stuff needs to change. You have a great relationship. You have a great connection. They love being around you. They love being at home. They're coming home more often. You guys are connecting so well. We have such great chemistry. They love to be around you. You guys are magnetic together. Everybody else compliments you guys together. They think you're such a great couple. They love to see you together. You connect so well. You spend so much time together. You know, they always love to like come home and see you, like stuff like that. You're just kind of switching up what you're saying. And then whether you see that in the 3D reality or not, keep saying it. Just keep saying what you want and don't give in to the 3D reality. You know, you really have to just continue affirming even when it's not there. And you have to really work on not affirming that it's not there. Because if you're just like, oh, I'm working, we're gonna manifest it, but oh, he's still not here though. You're not really changing. You're not changing your situation. Oh wait, oh, that thing almost came back to me. Oh God. I literally just like saw its footstep in the door, then the door closed again. Oh God. It has something to do with changing. When you're only changing for the sake of getting your manifestation, you're not doing the like you're not you're not becoming the version of you that sustains it. You're becoming the version of you that's trying to manipulate your way into it, which that is not the person that's going to keep it. Elizabeth says, I need to work on not checking my phone all the time. That goes for SP and friend. Yeah, so I would start, Elizabeth, make yourself a shit that brings me joy list that has nothing to do with like hanging out with other people. And start, when you want to check your phone, go to your list instead. Check your list. Malachi says, manifest by faith, not by sight. There you go. If you manifest, thank you, Malachi. I'm going to tell you, I had this really gross analogy come up. I've talked about this stuff before, but it happened on a client session last week. But it reminds me of what Malachi just said. Manifest by faith, not by sight. If you're manifesting by sight, what you are doing is using the byproduct of your old feelings and thoughts to create your new reality. And the gross analogy is like, sorry, it's real grody. I'm sorry. It's like eating poop. Okay. It's the energy. If you're using sight to manifest, you are doing the energetic equivalent of eating your own poop. And that's why your life is so shitty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. You guys started it. The other side, I already learned why I gave it away. Then what? So then what? So stop doing that. Bring it back in the same way. And then when it's here, don't do the fucking thing you did to let it go. Right? If it's your first time, sometimes I scream. I should get a sign that says sometimes I yell. So people know. Do I have Pumpkin Spice, hi. Do I have a vision board? I do not. Okay, I think Chris, is it Chris Stay? Krista? Oh no, sorry. Mama is first. Okay. Okay, Mama for Wilson's. I see your super chat says, can we manifest better health for someone else or the meds they take be covered by their insurance? If so, can you tell me what that looks like? Yeah, absolutely. Just start saying that their meds are covered. Everything's covered. Their insurance covers everything. They're fully insured. They're fully covered. And you start seeing them do both. I would say do both and start seeing them in better health. When you see them in not good health, you can't, oh, look, they're so fucking sick. Oh, I wish things were better. I wish they could blah, blah, blah. Dang, they really, damn, they're really fucked up. Whatever's going through your head when you look at them, when you think about them, you are manifesting them to be in that health, by the way. That's you. That's your manifestation, not theirs. So start seeing them in a new way. Start affirming them in a new way. And then when you see them in the 3D, react to them as if they are the way you said in your affirmations, and then they will morph into that version. The 3D will. That's how everything works. So, it's the same for everything. Again, if you're looking at what the 3D is telling you to guess what's going on in the future, then you're eating your own poopy again. Oh my God, Jalen says no human centipede. Yeah, no thank yous. Elizabeth, you said you also feel like you need therapy. Yeah, I think we all do. And you said you're waiting for an appointment to be available. Well, how about you affirm that there's one available? Because if you're waiting on something, you're going to keep waiting. Like, I understand you're probably just sharing, but there also feels like a lot of butts. Like, I feel like you've taken the train to Butttown a lot. Like, you might be the captain of the Butttown train. Just kidding. I love you. I'm just making a joke. Just a joke. Just a joke. It's not personal. Okay. 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 Where did wasn't there, is it Chris? Yeah. Okay. It's Krista E or it's Krista? Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Says, love your community. Me too. Thank you. So I unknowingly blurt out negative self-talk about my age, height, interests, or work. How to handle the stream of old story. Uh I'm literally seeing like Serena Williams, like just with one of those machines that just pumps tennis balls at you. How do you think she would handle tennis balls being pumped out of her? She would swat the fuck out of every single one of those. So there you go. um, when you So it takes awareness and discipline. It takes practice. Like I did my 360 method. I started with the 30 days of alignment and I just really started taking it one day at a time, one thought at a time, just one by one, being super conscious and aware of what I was about to say about everything. And it took practice, but now it's like to think we shouldn't be aware of what we're thinking and saying and like conscious of what comes out of our mouth before we say it is just, it's laughable that like we're all sitting around here having this conversation trying to avoid the fact that we should be fucking controlling our thinking. We're adults, so get with the fucking program. And I'm sorry, this is gonna sound kind of mean. This is not me. It's not my personal opinion of you, but someone is saying for you to just grow the fuck up and stop talking like that about yourself. It's rude as fuck. Act like you're talking about somebody else. You wouldn't just blurt out how somebody looks or how old they are. And if you would, it's time to stop that habit because that's super fucking rude. And you're gonna practice it by watching what you say and thinking it through before you let it out of your mouth. And if it sounds rude to you, you're either going to not say it. Well, you're going to not say it. And then you are going to replace it with something nice or at least something neutral. And if it's in your mind, you do the same thing. Like if best case scenario, this will be the last time you ever thought something rude about yourself, or at least let yourself finish the sentence. If you're saying it, you catch yourself mid-sentence, cool, good, great, good job. Now stop. Say something nice. And then just practice it. It's everything in this is a practice. You're not going to like be good at it right away. It doesn't just happen overnight. It takes awareness and discipline. I've said that forever. And it just takes dedication. It's constant for the rest of your life. Elizabeth, yeah, see if there's any meditations on forgiveness and see what you can do there. Dina says, Roxy needs a shirt that says, control your fucking thinking. I love it. Leanne, put it on the list. I like that one. That's funny. Control your fucking thinking. Check the fucking music room. I don't know why I heard it in that voice. You know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Check the music room. Check the music room. Check the fucking music room. Okay. All right. I said it twice now. All right. Moving on. Okay. Casey, how are you, boo? How you doing? Okay. Casey says, what is an underlying belief that could have manifested this? My mom and dad left for a 5-day vacation today, and my mom said she wants 0 texts and calls from me. She said vacation is a time to relax and wants no texts and calls from me. I'm laughing because your manifestation from like, what was that, 2 weeks ago came true. And it's so funny. And it's, again, okay, Casey, with love, I love you to death, baby. Well, not to death, to life. Like with everybody else here, you're doing that thing where your manifestation is unfolding and you're looking at it being like, why is this happening? What the fuck? Because last time I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, you were like, I'm going to manifest moving out. I don't want to have anything to do with my family. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to forgive them. I don't want to have anything, blah, blah, blah. I just want to be away from them. You just manifested 5 free days where you don't have to talk or call to them at all, and you're over here asking, why is this happening?" Because you're a motherfucking boss and you're doing your damn thing and it's unfolding and working for you, and that's the only way you're gonna look at it. I wouldn't look at this as an underlying belief and kinda digging that way. I'd be like, "Whoa." I'd be like fucking Kevin McAllister in Home Alone. "I made my family disappear." Like, literally, that's what I was thinking. Um, okay, now you're telling me circumstances. I mean, I love you, but, like, the circumstances don't matter. If they hurt your feelings, okay, your circumstances they're kinda snarky, right? "No, I don't want you tech I don't want you anybody else can text me, but you can't." You specifically said recently that you don't really want anything to do with them, you want to live by yourself and have nothing to do with them. This is a direct reflection of that. Stop looking a gift horse in the mouth, and realize your manifestation is underway, and take those 5 days to have some fucking peace and quiet to yourself. Because you come on here with love and complain about the shit that your mom says all the time. You have 5 days without her where she says you don't have to blah, 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 and you're thinking it's a problem? You've been asking for this, right? So see your manifestation for what it is and keep going forward. You're like, "Oh, true, I'm finally manifesting my own independence." Exactly, that's exactly what that is. That is exactly what that is. Okay. That's so funny. Congrats, Casey, that's amazing. Like, everybody that comes weekly, you know Casey's story. Look at this. Look at this manifestation unfolding. That is amazing. That's amazing right there. You just see it perfectly unfolding. That's so cool. Proud of you. Good job. And that's how you talk to yourself, by the way, okay? Casey, can you give it can you give your I wanna see you give yourself a little, I wanna see you give yourself some flowers or something, some accolades in the chat, please, because I want you to get in the habit of celebrating and congratulating yourself because you did this, you made some movement. Okay, Mesh, hello. Mesh says, "Thanks for the super chat. My manifestations with SP show up generalized, but I feel they're shifting to be what I want. Am I not being specific enough? My mind should know." Give me type like a few of them in the chat so I can see what they are. Let me make sure I see it. Chandra Vadan, did I say that right? I hope I said her name right. Thank you, I appreciate you. Vibe with Destiny, you're very sweet, thank you. Oh, Chris Day says, "You sound like Ariana, what movie?" That was from Scary Movie. Oh, yeah, were you guys it's from Scary Movie too. You guys are talking about you're talking about a scary movie, not the actual movie Scary Movie, and you're typing it right beneath that. That is so alignment. Hashtag alignment. Yeah, nobody here has seen Scary Movie 2 150 times? Just me? Okay. Oh, Visayas, welcome. Okay. Mesh says, "Like manifesting them to be vulnerable with me and talk to me." And are they not? Are they? Let me go back to your question on this. Like 3 chats going on at one time. Manifestations with SP show up generalized, but I feel they're shifting to be what I want. Am I not being specific enough? My mind should know. Leanne, of course you like it. Yo, that jacket is tight. Yeah, okay. Of course you like it, Leanne. Of course. We have so many random things in common. Okay. Casey says, "I did have a master manifestor." Yay, Casey. So proud of you. Okay. Okay, good. I live by 5 days. I live by myself for 5 days for free. Yes, Casey. Not only did you get your independence, it's free. Girl, you're so powerful. How inspiring. Oh my god, Leanne Roche says, "I just picked up a magazine and found a full page ad of Serena Williams." What? What is happening? Oh my god. We're so aligned right now. Okay. I'm trying to get back to Mesh. What happened? I got distracted. What happened? Mesh, where are we at? Um, it's already done. Hello. Okay. Mesh says, "I see them doing it more so with groups of people versus just me." Oh, okay. So you're seeing it happen to other people, not to you. So Mesh, that tells me a little bit about you, right? So that tells me that maybe like I would be looking into how often do other people get what you want? Is that something that you experience a lot? Your manifestations happening to other people or the things that you want coming close, but like not close enough to be yours. Um, and if so, then obviously, that's a reflection of that. If not, then I would say that it's really important that you're looking at what's working. This is every do you okay, again, everybody's question has the same answer. It all comes back to the exact same thing today. The same thing of the title. You're seeing movement in your manifestation and you're calling it a problem. And that's why it's a problem, right? And not that you're calling it a problem, but you're not calling it yas. Mr. Yossi Pants, right? You're not calling it that, and that's why it's not that. So when you see them opening up and being vulnerable with other people, wow, they're so vulnerable with me. Look how vulnerable they are with me. I love how they share with me. I love how we trust each other so much and they always want to come to me with their stuff. So it's not, I see this a lot with people where the manifestation comes about, but it doesn't look exactly like they thought it would, or it doesn't look exactly like it's not A to Z right away. And they're forgetting that there's a whole fucking alphabet between A and Z, and you're mad that B is not Z. Does that make sense? So celebrate B for the bitch that she is and let her be who she is, right? And let B be B, let C be C, and then move your way. And it's not to say that it takes a long time. It's just that, like, don't look at B and be mad that it's not Z because you'll never get to Z that way. Z. Ooh, how about this? The way to get to Z is through 26 times of being thankful you were not at Z. Does that make sense? I'm trying to verbalize like an image. I don't even can't explain it. It was just like a concept. In order to live happily ever after from A to Z, you must be happily ever after at B and at C and at D. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you got to do 26 happily ever afters to get to your actual happily ever after. If we're using that analogy, does that make sense? Do I like Kate Bush? Uh, I only know the one song. I remember it from back. I feel like it had its own resurgence like when I was in high school, in the the early 2000s and late 90s. But yeah, it's a great song, obviously, and the new generation is rediscovering it, which is really cool. And like, I mean, how like what a way of like to have a song and then have it come back like 30 years later and like top the charts. Like that's I mean, you can't like as a musician, that's incredible. That's just so cool. Or like Miss Mariah having like the number one Christmas song every fucking year. That's my girl. Love her. From a song that's 30 years old. Dipti, should you move on? It's killing you manifesting him. It sounds like it then. Like like if it's killing you to manifest someone, then yeah, it doesn't sound fucking worth it. And or it sounds like you're going about it in the hella wrong way. Um, if you're able to, I would suggest checking out my specific if you're able to invest in yourself, check out my specific person workshop because whatever's going on within you that's like keeping this distance is just like it's obviously like breaking you down. So if you're ready to like change and go forward with that, I have a really good program that you could start today if you wanted to, at roxytalks.com. But like I would say, can you even just take a break of like, I need to focus on me? Because I'll tell you what, focusing on you and not your SP is how you manifest an SP. Just nobody wants to look at it like that, and everybody wants to do it backwards, but that's the real truth. Putting you first is what makes them want you. So yeah, I would say maybe it's time to move forward. And not saying that you're giving up on them unless you want to, but it's just about like putting the focus on you and not them. Okay, Elizabeth. Thank you. Elizabeth says, when I write the letter that my friend sends to me, is that like what she would say if she were to text me right now and forgive me or different? Yeah, it's everything you need her to say. So here's how I would do it. This is something that my therapist actually told me to do when my dog was dying. So I've been using it for my clients ever since, but it did help. So write a letter to her and say everything that you need to say. And then kind of have like your moment, and then write one back from her and have her say everything you need her to say. And then once you've done that, you can do a few things. You could like meditate on the feeling of forgiveness, the idea of you two coming back in, harmony together, um visualizing bumping into them at the store, or them texting you, or them calling you, or you just randomly seeing them somewhere, or maybe they show up at your door and say, I'm so sorry, I'm let's be friends again, or something like that. Maybe you visualize even their mom telling them like, hey, you should call Elizabeth, and like saying that their mom loves you and loves your relationship, your friendship, or whatever. And just saying that they've been missing you just as much as you've missed them. So you can do this in meditation, you can do it in like a visualization, you can write out some affirmations, you can write yourself a new story after now that you've gotten your apology, or not your apology, now that you've gotten your forgiveness from. And oh, you know what, hold on, sorry, there's a third letter that wants to be written. You need to forgive yourself. I want you to write a letter from Elizabeth to Elizabeth, okay? Forgiving yourself as well. And once you have the forgiveness from her and from yourself, then you can write yourself a new story and then operate from that new place. And you can just be the person who owns the fact that they made a fucking mistake. I made so many mistakes and turned so many people off and offended so many people. You know how you see me talking, interacting with just random questions. Like, you can imagine how can say something that might hurt somebody's feelings at some point, right? So like I have fudged the bucket with people more times that I can't even pretend to even count. I couldn't even pretend to I couldn't even like get a ballpark. So all I can do is be better going forward and be conscious of what I do with my is and work on being conscious with what I do when I speak as much as possible, which I'm working on every day of my life. So when you can forgive yourself for what you've done and look forward, you can step into and embody a new version of yourself that doesn't have this like plague following them, this dark cloud of where like, part of the reason why you don't have many people to talk to probably is because you define yourself as, I'm just going to use the term a bad friend, not that saying that you say that about yourself, but the way you think of yourself because of how this worked out and the things that you think about yourself is, it's just pushing people away. It's not inviting them in by any means, right? So when you can forgive yourself and know that energetic forgiveness has been gotten from your person, understand that There's infinite versions of them out there, and you can just hone in on the ones that forgive you and are ready to move forward, or that weren't that upset about it to begin with, didn't think it was that big deal. They've been over it for a while. They're not even tripping about it, whatever. Whatever you can think of, whatever you can fathom is already in existence times trillions more that you haven't even been able to think of. So pick a different reality and then start just living there and forgiving yourself and being somebody that moves forward and accepts who they are, loves themselves through it, and strives to be better in the process. Mimi says, so should I say something like my Bath and Body Works is exceedingly busy today and will put me on the schedule for tomorrow and Thursday? Sure. Sounds good. Vibe with Destiny says, I also healed stomach issues by affirming over and over that my body was powerful enough to heal itself. Haven't shared with anyone till now. It's pretty great. I'm always thankful for my cells. Exactly. They're your cells and they do what you say. Dipti, I'm not going to read your comment because I'm not going to affirm that for you. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Like, even if that's how it feels, for the love of God, stop affirming that. Okay, listen. Some people in this community, I love you guys. I really, really love you guys. And it makes me so like frustrated and upset sometimes to see you literally want to not be on this planet anymore because another person isn't giving you attention. It sounds absolutely ridiculous when you say it out loud. I know that it hurts and I know that it feels like the end of the fucking world, but you are making it like that because you keep acting like it's the end of the world. It's not. And you can live a happy life without them, and you don't have to end your life. And I'm not saying that you are Dipti, I'm just saying there's multiple people that I've heard they would literally rather end their existence than not be with somebody. That blows my fucking mind. Over an SP? Are you kidding me? Do you know how many people aren't alive that would like to be? And you want to end it because someone doesn't like you? It's insane. And I'm sorry this is coming out like this. And listen, I'm not a therapist. Do not come to me for therapy. Nobody is that important. Nobody is that fucking cool. Nobody is that sexy, rich, hot, funny, attractive, charming. Fuck you. And how dare, I'm sorry. This is with love. I just like the desperation with which I see some people trying to get somebody else to give them attention that they won't fucking place on themselves. I've had it up to my fucking eye holes, man. They're overflowing with this shit. Yes, Dipti, with love, babe. With love, okay? You matter. You do need to love it's you, babe. It's you. So put that love on you. They are just a reflection of you. And if the way they're treating you is making you feel that bad, that's you. That's how bad you're making yourself feel by not doing this. Yeah, that thing keeps coming that I was trying to say. That thing was like in my shower thought. Doing the self-love to get the person is not self-love. It's manipulation, and that's why you're still fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you're pretending to self-love Oh my god, sorry. I'm just seeing those mix. It's not just you, Dipti. There's a lot of this is kind of at large, okay? So I don't want to feel like I'm attacking you personally. When you are listen to me. Oh my god, sorry. This is making so much. I can't focus on the thought because these things keep going off. When you are pretending to self-love to get your person, think about that. What if they did that to you? What if somebody pretended to love you just to get your your attention and your affection, okay? That's what you're doing. The reason you're feeling so empty is because you're pretending to love yourself, and this is a universe of reflection. So that empty love is being reflected back to you. And this is why when you want to manifest a person, if you love yourself, they come through right away, which we've seen week after week after week. People come through and tell us, I just focus on myself and you just fucking call me out of nowhere. Gee, I wonder fucking why. Is it because it's a mirror that you're living in and I've been telling you this the whole time? I don't know. But if you are cheating yourself of the self-love because you don't think that's the true, because you would rather someone else give you the love than apply it to yourself, this is why you don't have it. It doesn't work like that. This is not how Earth works. And you'll always be empty if you try to get it from them first. Melissa says, I found it was pretty helpful to pretend to get myself to really get into self love. Absolutely. Pretend all fucking day because pretending to love yourself is a start. Okay. But I don't want you to do it to get them. If you have to pretend to love yourself in the beginning to get the ball in motion, fine. But the end goal is I'm practicing loving myself. Just like when you're in training, if you're at a restaurant, if you ever worked in a restaurant, when you go into training, they give you and you go to the computer, they give you a fake number and you can enter in, orders and stuff, and it doesn't send it to the kitchen. Nobody pays for anything, right? So it's just for you to practice on the computer. Then when you become a server or a bartender, you get a real number or the number, it gets unlocked or whatever. And then every time, whatever you punch your orders in, it gets sent to the kitchen. Okay. So if right now, if in the beginning of the self-love journey, you're just practicing, you're just punching the numbers in, you're just figuring out the computer system, you're just figuring out how to love yourself, cool. Don't quit the job before it's time for you to get on the floor and become a real server. Don't quit the job after training's over. Once you learn the techniques, that's not when you give up, that's when you start applying them. So the end goal of self-love should never be to get someone. The end goal of self-love is to fucking feel love. Isn't that what you want? Excuse me. Okay. So, okay. Luna Soleil says, hello, Roxy, Alex from Friday here. Oh, such big shifts already after our session. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Hold on. I got to take a little screenshot. If you don't mind, do you mind sharing a little bit? If you want, if you want to share a little bit, let us know what's happened since Friday. 3 days. What's happened since we spoke on Friday? You said Dipsy says my self-love is telling me to move out from the house as my SP lives on the second floor. There you go. Listen to your intuition. It knows best. It knows what you need. And you moving out doesn't mean you can't have the relationship, because if you guys are going to be together, you moving out is what's going to get you together, right? It's going to be the thing that brings you together, you moving out. So move the fuck out, get out of there. Manifest a wonderful situation. I have a manifesting house video if you want to check it out. Okay. Tiffany, I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. You said literally right after our call, my manager sent me an audition, which we were talking about. Oh my God. Your manager, you have one of the best managers in Hollywood, obviously. Ah! I love it when affirmations work. Oh my God, that's so funny. You have the best manager in Hollywood, of course. You said, I'm still working through my list of affirmations, but it's like my brain is sponging things up so much quicker from this new understanding. Yay, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see you on whatever movies you're going to be, whatever Netflix special you're going to be in. Oh. Yeah, and if you want to share, if you don't mind sharing that, if you want to send in a success story, you can send it to hello@roxytalks.com. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching for yourself or any of my wonderful do-it-yourself courses, roxytalks.com for all your manifestation needs. Casey, you're okay. Casey's, what if I can't successfully gain self-love until I move out? Well, I could gain it, but it would be much easier without certain comments from my family. My advice to you is stop talking about what's not working and enjoy your 5 days and practice then. And then after 5 days of self-love, you might have a new perspective, for when they come back, because you're going to have to prep yourself for when they come back. You know what I mean? Make sure that you don't get too triggered when they come back. Dina says, I think everything I've ever wanted to manifest was with the end goal of getting SP. Yeah. So heavy for me. Still trying to process. Yeah. And I think, and that's why it's like, you can't cheat this system. It doesn't like shortcuts. But it's weird because there are shortcuts. If you go with the grain, there's shortcuts everywhere. But if you try to like cheat the system and take them yourself, you just hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So this is why I always really try to say, like, you have got to find a way to like live for you and find happiness for you, because you have to exist as a magnetic entity in order to draw them in. And it's evidenced by the fact that they're not here right now. So you're not being that right now, right? So what you're doing right now is not drawing them in. Focusing the way you have been is not drawing them in. Using them as the end goal is not drawing them in. Put yourself at that end goal. You're the end goal. Like literally think about it like this. The reason you want an SP is because you want marriage, children, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? That's you having your happiness. You being married with your kids and having your family is what you have deemed as fulfilling. So if you really look at it, you're not manifesting the end goal of the SP. You are manifesting the end goal of your own happiness, because you think that that's the only way you can get it. But please see that they have never been the end goal, and it's always been you at your happiest, okay? So understand that they are a byproduct. They're part of the package. It's like, what am I seeing? I'm seeing like like when you win a Grammy or like if you get invited to the Grammys and you get that cool ass package, like with all the stuff in it, your SP is like that. You are the Grammy winner. It's about the fact that you're here at the Grammys and like, dang, look at this cool ass gift basket, right? It's not, you don't go to the Grammys to get the fucking gift basket, right? Does that make sense? You said, okay, this is making sense. I wasn't happy with the life before I met him. Then when I was with him, it was the happiest and most alive I've ever felt, which is why I placed everything on him. Okay, yeah. So just now see, like, he was a great gift basket, and you're convinced that the gift basket is what you need to be happy, but in reality, you just need to be happy, and the gift basket will come. Right? Like if you be a Grammy singer, you get gift baskets are a given. Does that make sense? So you get yourself into the shape of being happy and satisfied in life so that they send all the gift baskets to you, right? Like they're sending you shit left and right. Does that make sense? Trying to navigate how to be happy on your own. You're not on your own. You're not. So stop fucking saying that. That's all they want me to tell you. You're not on your own. And you keep saying that. And so, like, the universe has to show you an illusion of you being alone, but you're not. Sorry, I'm laughing because I think they hope you get it. Somebody is like, please, this is a breakthrough. You're not alone. You're really not. Like, I mean, physically, you're not alone. I know you have family around you. I know the situations or whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's people around you. You have people in your life that love you, that validate you. You have us, right? You're not actually, and then you have your spirit realm. You're not actually alone. So when you keep affirming it, the universe has to show you, again, the illusion of you being alone. And so it's like this ridiculous thing that you keep placing yourself in. You're like putting a blindfold over your eyes and be like, "Oh my god, I'm blind now. Oh my god, I'm blind." And everyone's like, "Bitch, just take the blindfold off." And you're like, "No, I can't. But I can't see." You know what I mean? So, you don't have to be happy on your own. How to be happy. Just okay, and then you're saying how to be happy with your life. You're thinking too fine. It's fine finality. That's the word I want to say. There's so much finality. I need to be happy about my whole life or fuck all this. When it's like, can you just be happy with an ice cream cone? Can you be happy doing your yoga? Can you be happy watching Mindset Monday? Can you be happy working a shift? Can you be happy in the studio? All of life for everybody on the planet, not just for you, is about these nuggets of happiness dispersed through a bunch of fucking bullshit. Everyone's life's like that. You're not that's not just you. Like, I hate to break it to you if you think that's what it's just like that for you, but that's how life is for everyone. That's like what life is. Little nuggets of gold in a fucking river of shit, and we're trying to make the best of it. It's not just you. So, like, if I were like, when I try to think about making my life happy as a whole, that's a massive undertaking. Can I be happy right now? That's doable. So if you can maintain that awareness all the fucking time, and every time you start to feel like you have to take on the world to make your whole thing happy, just be like, no, I just need to be happy right now. I just need to do something happy. You know what makes you happy? Do a diamond art. Turn on fucking karaoke. Do some yoga. Take a walk. Do something. Put on a song. Call a friend. Do something else. Put yourself in a different energy and say, I don't have to make my whole life happy. I just need to make myself content right now. That's all I have to do. Because as you know this from Bashar, it's just now moments over and over and over. You're just the now you manifest from creates the next now. So if you can just be okay with this now, follow the passion of this moment, then every other moment's going to be fine. Because if you're always just following the passion of this moment, you're always going to be okay. Okay. This feels like a good place to stop. Okay. So let's talk about homework. The Bashar formula. Jocelyn, you're not alone. You're not alone. And I'm glad you're here. And if I ever, guys, if I ever get loud or yell at you, please know I'm not mad. I'm not trying to like put you down or anything. It's really from love. And it's just like a swell of energy and like information that's like rushing from like within me. I don't know how to, just is what it is. SG, I love it. You picked it. We're doing it. SG, homework. Catch yourself complaining and just stop. That's going to be our homework. I love it. I fucking love it. That's exactly what we all need to do, okay? And I want to add a caveat to that. So what I want you to do for the next week, this is our homework. We're going to work on because what complaining diminishes our life. It diminishes our power, it diminishes our value, and it diminishes the perceived value of what we've already manifested, right? What I'm trying to say is like when you're complaining, you're saying that what this stuff around me is not good enough. The stuff that I've already manifested ain't shit. That's what you're saying when you're complaining, essentially, right? So let's do this for the next week for the homework. We're going to work on complaining, which is to not tear down the manifestations that we have built. Like, this is actually really fucking incredible. I built this, just so you guys know. All this pink shit you're looking at, all this, me and my whole body, I'm manifesting this in this very moment. I'm doing this. I'm keeping this in check, in fucking play. Just so you know, I'm doing all of this. And so are you for your worlds. Okay, so I'm going to take what Dina said right here. I'm always in the present moment wishing I was somewhere else. So we're going to take that, and that's going to be part of our homework too. We're going to be looking out for any time we want to escape the current moment and get somewhere else. And then we're going to apply, we're going to say, you know what? So there's a few things that I want to say. Like, that beautiful paradise moment is happening right now. That happiness is right now. I can feel that happiness right now. I feel that way right now. Like, let's turn the complaint into, which is, I don't know, 360 method. Have you ever fucking heard of it? Maybe. Let's turn the complaint into something good for us, right? Like into a free token for a future manifestation that we're going to enjoy. So I want everyone to start every day this week with an intention. I want you to just set a quick intention. I am aligned to XYZ reality. I am aligned to that reality. And that, I think I mentioned this last week. That's something I've been saying for a few weeks now. I'm like actually using the word I'm aligned instead of just saying I am it, because why the fuck not? I'm always experimenting. So I'm aligned to my blah, 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 blah reality. I am aligned to that reality. I'm calling this into my existence. I have called this into my existence. And like straight up affirming that you are it, you have it, it's on its way, it's unfolding, you know it, you're living it, and every step you take is taking you closer and closer. And another thing you guys keep hearing me say, like, oh, we're so aligned, or I've been in alignment a lot. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting a lot about that too. that's part of it is like I'm setting these intentions and I'm implying not implying, I'm intending that I'm aligned every day, and then when I see the alignment, I'm affirming it, I'm agreeing that I'm aligned, I'm continuing down the path, and I'm not letting like remember we talked earlier about, wanting to get from A to Z and being mad that step B isn't step Z. I'm not letting step H, I, J, and K deter me from getting to step Z because they're not step Z yet. I'm taking the H and I'm loving the H. And then I'm taking the I and I'm loving the I. And then I'm taking the J and I'm loving the J. And I'm affirming that I'm moving through it along the way. And of course that rhymed. So this is what I want you to do for homework. I want you to first, every day we're going to start out with your intention. I am in alignment with XYZ reality. I am in alignment with my chosen reality, whatever it is. Like say I'm in alignment with my happy, healthy, whole life or whatever. Set that intention. And then this is a Mel Robbins thing. This just popped up in my head. So this is becoming a 3-part step. Thanks, Mel Robbins, to this next step. The next step you're going to do is I want you to visualize yourself not achieving that, but doing something to get over a hump in the middle. So I'm going to give you an example. I have been affirming, I'm affirming a certain weight of my body. And I've been affirming this specific weight for a while. And I'm going to affirm the 3D for a minute because it's whatever. The scale is really only going up. It was not going down. And even though I was like, the scale keeps going down, I see it going down every day. It was not. And so I was listening to Mel Robbins, and she was talking about, don't if you want to run a marathon, don't visualize yourself crossing the finish line. Visualize yourself halfway through when you want to give up and pushing through and still pushing, making it and getting through it. Because then you're getting yourself through the hard times and not just like this potentially unbelievable lofty end goal. So what I started doing is instead of affirming that number that I want to reach, that hasn't changed. I haven't like given up on my end goal. It's just now I'm affirming the next number down of like the next, and then to next tens of the section, right? I'm like I seeing the number change from this to this, which is like from this tens to this tens. You get it, right? And since I started doing that, the scale is moving down. It's working. So I don't know if that's my own belief. Maybe I personally had a hard time visualizing that main number without doubt. But this other one of seeing just going down to the next 10 and seeing myself surpass that has moved things in the right direction. So what I want to say is, number one, set your intention. I am aligned with XYZ reality, or I'm aligned with XYZ. Number two, visualize yourself getting through a tough moment along the path of that reality. And you can do the same one every day for the next 7 days, like the same intention and the same visualization if you want to make it easy. And then the next part is going to come in throughout your day. The real homework comes in is stopping yourself from complaining, because when you complain about your current reality, you keep yourself there, and you're removing, or you're preventing yourself from getting to that visualization point. That's like a checkpoint, and you're out of alignment with what you said you were in alignment with your intention. Does that make sense? So when you're complaining, you can restate those intentions. Actually, what the fuck? No, I'm aligned with my reality. I'm aligned with blah, 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 blah. It is happening. I don't care how. I just know that it is. And then maybe you can go do your visualization real quick, your quick little, scene of seeing yourself surpass that hump. And then there you go. You're back in the energy. In theory, that's, we'll try it. Let's see what happens. Andrew says, you can say, this complaint is showing me the opposite of my desire. Yeah, exactly. And then Leanne typed the homework in the chat. Thank you, Leanne. I'm going to rewind. Okay, Leanne says, when you complain, okay, yeah, return the complaint. Yeah. I already said it. Ah. Elena says, imagine if we all had a shot collar that went off every time we thought something that wasn't in alignment with our desired reality. We'd never do that again. That'd be a quick way. That'd probably be a quick way to do it. But not, not for everybody. Some people like it. Some people like the pain. They just sit there getting shocked. Okay, so do your homework. Set your intentions. Remember, you can go to roxytalks.com/forum/homework if you want to, if you ever need a refresher on the week's homework, if you want to catch up on old ones, if you want to share your results, if you want to talk to your fellow manifestors about what they did in their homework, that's all at roxytalks.com/forum. Hello, Morningstar. Welcome. Okay, so yeah, that's my cue. All right. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching or looking into any of my courses and programs, you can do that at roxytalks.com. Follow me on Instagram, social media. Dina said she just Googled the antonym of complain, and it's compliment. There you go. Perfect. So there you go. Anytime we want to complain, you turn it into a compliment. Perfect. Leanne linked the homework in the chat. Thank you, Leanne. Pumpkin, yeah, you'd be shocking yourself all day. You silly girl. Okay. All right. Shantae, thank you. I appreciate you holding space. I could tell. I could tell when I was like getting ready. I was like putting on my jewelry. I was like, oh, I can feel Shantae. I was like, I'm totally calm right now. Oh yeah, thank you, Leanne. I do one-on-one coaching on Fridays from 1 to 5 p.m. PST. Jellycat says, I'm thinking about talking to you about Mel Robbins. I don't know what that means, but okay. All right. And yeah, and I appreciate everybody. Stay focused. Oh, Jellycat, you were thinking about me talking about Mel Robbins 3 days ago. Okay. Jocelyn, which saying should be on a t-shirt? And then I'm leaving for sure. Is it nice out? Oh yeah, I'm going outside. Oh, control your fucking thinking. Yeah. Dina says, I'm going to write on my mirror. Control your fucking thinking. Do it. Pardon your French. Nah. We love the French. They don't need to be pardoned. All right, everybody. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you so much for keeping our community clean. And I appreciate Jordan. That's a great question. Can you come? I'm just about to jump off. I would love to address that next week. That's actually a really, really, really good question. Hold on, let me screen cap this just in case. That's a great question. Can you please come back next week and ask? Because I would love to talk about that next week. And if I don't remind me, when manifesting an SP, how do you not put the new version of them on a pedestal? Such a great question. Okay, we're going to talk about that next week. Please, everybody, remind me. Oh, thanks, Leanne. Leanne says, if you're looking to level up your self-concept, you can check out my Confident AF course, and she linked it in the chat as well. And actually, I just put together a bundle of the 30 days of alignment and the confidence, and I called it 30 days of confidence. So you can get both of them if you don't have them together with a discount, actually. If you want that link, DM us, or you can email hello@roxytalks.com. It's called 30 Days of Confidence. I don't have it anywhere on my website. It's just like an offer that I put together that when you sign up for it, you get both courses. So if that's something you're interested in, email us hello@roxytalks.com or DM us on Instagram or Facebook. Okay. And I appreciate you all. I love you so much. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. Fucking check you later, motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Where did that come from?